We are back with a video on my new generation Saab 900, and we have things that I would like to get accomplished today on it. So let's go over what those are. Now the dog is hinting at one of the other things that we're going to be doing, just a couple of cosmetic things. Number one is this corner light picked up at a junkyard. You can see this one's just foggy and hazy and really nasty, and so we got a nice new clear one to pick up and install. We also have some new floor mats to install in the RAV4 that we'll get to. And then the last thing I would like to do is something I've been meaning to do since I bought the car, which is take these turbo badges off the bottom of the doors because they just look a little bit goofy and out of place. Removing the corner light is probably one of the simplest things you can do on these cars. You can see right down in there is a little Torx screw. We need to undo that to unhook it from the headlight, and it'll just come straight out. Just need to loosen it a little bit so it slides out. So I'm going to make sure to note that the one with the green wire goes on the outside, and the one with the white wire goes on the inside. The new one, I just got new bulbs with it too. Junkyard wasn't being greedy that day, so they didn't check for the bulbs. And so I'll just plug this in. But if you did need to remove this, it's very straightforward. You just twist and pull and it comes right out. So I was looking at this to confirm I had it right, because the inside one, which how it was hooked up before is the white one, has 3 pinned but only 2 wires, whereas this is the opposite. The green wire one, which goes to the outside, at least again how it was before, has only 2 pins but 3 wires. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of experimenting with that, make sure that those weren't swapped by someone at one point or another. Same with the wire length. It just seems to not make sense. You can see this one's way longer. That just slides in like that, and now we just need to tighten that T25 back down. So yep, I think I've confirmed that these are definitely wrong. You can see first off there's some LEDs in here that are really bright that I'm going to swap out. But you can see this is lighting up the reverse puddle light instead of the orange turn signal. So I'm going to pull that back out, swap them around, and then I also got 2 new bulbs from the other side. So I'm going to put the new bulbs in there so that way those bulbs match and they're actually the right thing, because yeah, these are all messed up around for one reason or another. Go just simple as that. So green wire is going on the turn signal, which is the one on the inside, and our reverse puddle light is going to the 2-pin connector with no green wire. Moving to the driver's side. So there you can see the LED that was put in. Not a big fan of these. And then the reverse light that's as it should be. Let's get this LED out. New correct bulb in. Just putting the orange in the correct spot. And another thing I just noticed is this side marker here, despite it having an orange bulb, is glowing white. So I'm just swapping out that bulb with a spare I have. And we'll do one final test here. You're not being very helpful right now. All right, that is so much better. All of them are matching now, positioned as they should be. So let's get these turbo badges off the door. Car already says turbo on the front and rear. Don't really need turbo badges on the side too. You all might remember this car did have some even more stickers when I bought it. I took most of them off. This is one of the few that I did not remove immediately, but I wanted to, just have never gotten around to it. So looks like we're getting some residue left there, so we'll have to hit this with some Goo Gone after I peel all the letters off. Just trying to avoid using anything that's more aggressive than my nail. This is not very helpful, buddy. I hope that you all are watching this video as intently as Oliver is watching me All right, there we go. So I'm going to use some Goo Gone on that and clean that up the rest of the way. And we'll do the other side and I'll show you all the finished product. All right, look at that. Pretty good, brand as new. I'm going to go do the same thing on the other side. All right, both of those are looking great. We will get back to the rest of the new Gen 900 content in a minute, but before we move forward, we have some work to do on the 2021 RAV4, courtesy of Oedro. Oedro sent out these high quality rubber mats for the RAV4 that we're going to be installing to replace the factory carpet mats that are in there. I'm super excited because I love all-weather mats. They're so incredibly durable and have so many great benefits. But first I want to hop in here and vacuum out the existing carpets so that way we have a nice clean fit for these awesome new mats. Vacuuming out a car can be a very satisfying thing to do, so I'm going to show just a little bit of this footage before we go ahead and install these floor mats. But these are a great way to go from messy to classy, as Oedro says, and I think that that kind of fits with this specific example. Here's just a look at what we're doing as far as the existing, just basic bland carpet mats. I mean, they work fine, but they're not really great for anything like containing spills or anything like that, which I will show an example of how that works here in a minute. But Oedro does claim that this is a 2-minute install, so there are going to be some cuts in these clips just for the sake of having to use more than one camera angle, but you can see that we're going to get this whole job done in under 2 minutes. These Oedro mats are made specifically for each car. These are not generic kind of retrofitted mats, as you'll see here in a minute. They are cut specifically for the car, and I have to say, one of the things that I was most impressed with while installing these is just how well they actually fit. They also use the factory hardware, as you can see here in this driver's side mat with the factory fittings in the floor, but just the fit and finish on them was amazing. I thought with how many contour and complex lines there were, that surely it would not fit very well in some spot, but it was great all around. These mats are also pretty thin, and while at first I thought that might be a con, I think it's actually a really good thing because it makes them nice and light, very flexible in case you need them to be. They're also very easy to clean. I really like that they have this big lip around the edge of them, as you can kind of see in these clips, and you'll see a close-up here in a second. But this big lip really helps with spills. I mean, you spill coffee or who knows what, you're muddy after a hike or a day at the beach and you get in the car. I mean, having those lips helps contain all of that mess in one spot, which again, something I really appreciate, makes cleaning your car a whole lot easier. So with carpet mats, of course, you're going to have to vacuum the whole thing like you saw me do at the start, and that wasn't even after much mess. But another thing that I do really like about the attention to detail with this kit is they came with these Velcro backs for the back seats. So these just Velcro right on, again, cut specifically for the car that you're buying them for. This one, of course, being a RAV4. You can see they even had little cutouts for the seatbelt anchors, and those literally just Velcroed on, and then you flip the seats back up, and you have a really nice protection for the back seats as well for anything that you might have in the trunk. But as you can see, just like that, we are done in less than 2 minutes. Here's a great look of it up close. Again, you can see just how well that fits. And for that test that I promised, here's some mud I just had from the front yard. I just threw that on there, made a bit of a mess, and you can see it literally just washed right off. It's almost as if it has a hydrophobic sort of quality to it. I mean, it almost completely dried itself as well. Very cool. A couple other benefits of these mats include zero smell, which might sound weird, but a lot of times these rubber mats can have a certain smell to them. These are completely odorless, in addition to the great price that they're at. So if you check out the link down in the description below, you can see if they have something for your car. Highly recommend checking them out. When you compare the price, for example, to factory Toyota all-weather mats, it's about a third or maybe even less of the price. You can click the link at the top of the description to check out Oedro's site and all the wide range of products they offer and floor mats to see if they have something that fits your vehicle. But with that, let's get back to the new Gen 900 content. It's actually been a few weeks since I filmed that clip, and you might notice behind me right here, we had a bit of a mishap. On my way to take photos of getting this car ready for sale, you can check out the video of it for sale in the top corner. On the way to film it going for sale, two very unfortunate things happened on the drive. Number one, I heard a weird noise coming from this side of the car, and I saw something on the freeway come off the car. Immediately thought, please don't let that be the corner light. Of course, it unfortunately was the corner light. And so pulled over, confirmed that, and at the same time, the car started smoking out the exhaust because it blew the turbo. So we've got our old turbo right here, a new turbo is in it. All is good in the world now. If you want to see the video on the turbo, you can check that out in the top corner as well. But unfortunately, that means I had to bite the bullet, buy a brand new housing here, which is pristine. I mean, look at how clean this thing is. So fortunately not very cheap, but we got a brand new housing here. We also got a couple of bulb holders because, well, I lost both of my bulb holders. They got ripped out with the corner light flying out. Thankfully, the harnesses are still intact, so we're all good there. But we do have to put the new corner light in, and I'm going to be triple extra sure that I have these seated in properly, because clearly when I put this one back in, I must not have seated it properly, and it's led to this unfortunate delay. So let's see if Ollie can give me a hand here with putting this back in. First, want to confirm that the new bulbs are all working as they should. That is a whole new issue to me. Just picked up 2 new bulbs here because I realized one of the bulbs I had only has one filament on top of it, just looking like this, and one little contact at the bottom, whereas this bulb has 2 filaments and 2 contacts at the bottom. So this bulb does not work in the car, and so I went up to O'Reilly's, just picked up a new set of bulbs for 10 bucks. You can see they're the proper ones I need. And so I'm going to install the 2 new bulbs in the housing, so that way they're the same color, and we'll install these in both sides. Who would have thought that you could make so much content on a side marker adventure on a car? Kind of crazy. All the new bulbs are in. Let's confirm that they all work as they should. That's a good sign. And we'll start the car to get those reverse puddle lights to come on. And our bulbs screwed into the new housing. And make sure, triple check that we have this installed properly this time. I'm just going to kind of pull on it over here, make sure it's hooked into the fender like it should be. So I can't really see. Screw in our T25. We are good to go. That is in there. Another super quick little detail I took care of off camera was these badges on the rear hatchback here. Before, they were a good bit silvered in some parts, so I just kind of lightly sanded them down, and now they're all black again, looking nice and uniform and clean. Well, this is likely the final time you will see the new Gen 900 on the channel. This car has been fantastic to film content with, learn about the T5 platform, and just enjoy and drive for a few thousand miles. And you can see it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous example of a T5 car. 211,000 miles, and you probably would not know that by looking at it. Just gorgeous example, and I will miss it dearly. But with that being said, that is likely the end of the NG900 content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon with another video.